If you watched Walking Dead and have not seen up to and including the 10th episode of Season 10, which is the latest episode to air on AMC as I'm putting this out, you might want to skip this and watch it later. Spoilers are definitely ahead. But first, you might want to stick around long enough to see a representation of my reaction to the episode before I get into the meat of this one.
Wait, what?
Oh, hell no.
No! God, please, no! No!
Okay, I'm going to wait a few more seconds for those of you that want to avoid the spoilers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What the hell? Okay, you made it this far, so I'm assuming you watched episode 10 of season 10. What you might not be aware of is Laura, played by Lindsley Register, died in the episode. Yes, that fight in the cell was Laura's death scene, which I did have a feeling it was coming up. I follow Lindsley Register on Instagram and Twitter, as I do most of the people associated with The Walking Dead. And she posted a picture with a new hairstyle not long ago. My first thought was, oh, anytime someone from The Walking Dead changes their hair, it isn't a good thing. Okay, now before I go any further, let me get some stuff out of the way. Yes, I have some bias. Lindsley Register is an actress, but she is also a creator right here on YouTube. She has a small YouTube channel that was one of the featured channels on YouTube Suggestions, number 9 to be exact. And the way I look at it, once I put your channel in YouTube Suggestions, you're always part of this channel. Well, with some minor exceptions, but that's more than enough about that. Yes, it is the nature of the show. They kill off characters. If they are going to kill off Carl Grimes, they are going to kill off a character that doesn't even have a last name. Laura was not a major character, even though she did play a small but important role early on with Negan and Dwight and the Saviors. She was what I refer to as a fringe character. She was a recognizable face in their community, but she wasn't on the same level as, say, Rosita or Aaron or one of the main characters. But that's also one of the problems I have with it. I did want to see them do more with that character. But taking Laura out the way they did just seemed, I won't say anticlimactic, but not sure if that's even the right terminology. It was a badass fight, but it was dark. You couldn't really see what was going on other than she was fighting like a tiger and then suddenly she got spilled onto the ground. And the way it was shot and the way they did it, it wasn't even clear that Laura was dead. It wasn't until The Talking Dead and she came up in the In Memoriam segment that it was clear. There are a lot of YouTubers that do a lot more Walking Dead content than I do that didn't even know. Channels like Make a Path Presents, Trev's Chan 2, who usually don't watch the Talking Dead because they go live right after the show, they didn't even know that Laura was dead, and there was nothing from any of the characters, no, damn, Laura's dead. No burial scene, nothing. This was a character that was on the show for over 3 years, and it just seems like Laura deserved a more dramatic exit. At the very least, a death scene that made it clear it was a death scene. It sucks. Okay? It just sucks. As for Lindsley, she's still pretty new to the acting game. The Walking Dead was really her first big break. And even though the death scene kind of sucked, and they didn't do as much with that character as I would have liked, she's got a bright future. She is in another TV series called Ember that also stars Shannon Elizabeth and John Savage. She stars in a movie called Scorn, so watch for that. And she just genuinely seems like a cool person. She's really nice to her fans, very interactive on things like Instagram, and she's done a couple of the conventions, and just seems really appreciative of where she is right now. And there's been an incredible outpouring from fans on this. A lot of people that wanted to see more for Laura and for Lindsley. But Laura's story is done. But Lindsley is just getting started. Links are at the end of the description. I'll leave a link to Lindsley's channel as well as YouTube suggestions number 9. Unfortunately, that was before I really had that series polished and where I wanted it, but I guess it was still better than that death scene. Dang it. Okay, I'm done. Every now and then I just gotta vent.